Hello, good evening and welcome to tonight's Overview and Scrutiny Committee. I'm Councillor Samara Barnes, Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee. Please can all mobile phones be switched off? There are no plans for fire alarm tests tonight, so if it does sound, please vacate the premises using the fire exits and assemble on the car park. So going through the items A1, apologies and substitutions. Apologies have been received from Councillor Harrison. Thank you, Councillor Michelle Smith, for subbing. And for Councillor McMahon, again, thank you, Jimmy, Councillor Eaton for subbing. And David Smurthwaite, our Economic Director, is that the right title? Yeah. Yep, apologies from him too. Are there any other apologies? We've just noticed that our cooperative member, James, isn't here, but we'll keep an eye out for that. Could I ask committee members and officers to introduce themselves, please, starting with the committee members?
Daniel Ashworth, Britannia and Lee Mill.
Judith Driver, Bacup Ward.
Councillor Jimmy Eaton, Bacup Ward.
Michelle Smith, Britannia and Lee Mill.
Bob Bold, Whitewell Stagsheads.
Scott Smith, Whitworth Ward.
Claire Law, Head of People and Policy.
Hannah Callan, Democratic Services.
Thank you. Very small but perfectly formed group this evening, aren't we, I think? So item A2, please can we have a mover and a seconder for the minutes of the previous meeting?
I'll move those, Chair.
Thank you.
I'll second those, Chair.
Lovely. Everyone in favour? Lovely, thank you. Item A3, are there any declarations of interest from committee members this evening, please? Nope. Nope. Number A4, item A4, there are no urgent items tonight. So moving on to B1, public question time. This is the time that public can ask questions now or as they arise on the agenda. We have no members of the public with us this evening, so we'll move on to item C1, and that's the chair's update. And there are no updates for this evening. This is whizzing through, isn't it? Wow.
I've not done it on purpose.
So we'll move through to the main agenda now. Lead members are invited to come and sit with us at the table whilst items within their remit are being discussed so that they can keep members informed of any relevant information or updates, or you can just pop over if something needs explaining. Thank you. So item D1 is the Q3 Performance Management Report. I can't believe it's a Q3 report already. The time's just ticking, isn't it? So Claire, I'll hand over to you to introduce that, please.
Thank you. So this is Q3 Performance Report for October, November, December 2025. And the purpose of the report is to provide members with an update of the Council's performance in Q3. So the Council continues to deliver against the Valid Plan 25 to 29 priorities, with the majority of indicators performing positively, with out of the 66 key performance indicators, 39 of those are in the green, 9 in amber, 10 and 10 in the red RAG status, and 8 of the performance indicators were non-reportable. In relation to corporate risk, two were RAG rated in the green status, 7 in amber, 1 in RAG rated status of the 10 corporate risks. So breaking down into the 4 priorities. In priority, thriving local economy, the key performance indicators measured as 2 red, 2 amber, 1 green and 1 non-reportable. The key achievements identified, which are shown in the performance management dashboard, were Rottenstall Market redevelopment progressing to construction phase. So the permanent market's now moved on the 20th of December down into the temporary market in the town square, and work has started on the main market for redevelopment. Over 100 businesses were engaged through a supply chain event which was held by cases, and 85 residents were supported in the employment via Rosendale Works, and the 85 residents, that's from April until the end of Q3. Key performance indicators in reg status were the town centre's perception in relation to attractiveness, and that measured below target. The resident survey 2025 was down to 37.4% overall across all the town centres, although Rottenstall Town Centre were rated higher than the other town centres in the results of the survey. Unemployment rate worsened in Q2 and the unemployment increased from 2.9% to 3.5%. Key challenges which are ongoing is the infrastructure and the utility delays impacting on regeneration delivery, mainly in Haslingden on the Eden Gate. The priority to the high quality environment, KPIs measured in Q3, 13 were in the green status, 2 in the amber, 1 in red and 4 were non-reportable. Key achievements included fly tipping removal improved to 3.9 days, progression of the decarbonisation of food waste infrastructure continued with the delivery of vehicles and the deliveries of the caddies and the caddy liners throughout the borough, so we're on track for the food waste. Food waste collection infrastructure and fleet preparation is on schedule, which I just said. Sorry. Key performance indicators in the red status. Again, in the residents' satisfaction survey, the cleanliness of the Rosendale areas declined from 78% to 73%. And key challenges were the aging street sweeping vehicles, which impacted on the service resilience, and that's been mitigated by bringing forward the purchasing of fleet sweeping vehicles on the vehicle replacement programme. In relation to the health and pride communities, key performance indicators measured as 7 in the green status, 2 in amber, 4 in red, and 1 was not reportable. Key achievements included 1,698 households were supported by a household support fund throughout Q3. Housing Action Plan was initiated through a newly established local plan steering group, and £60,000 per annum funding was secured for refugee and asylum seeker integration support for the next 2 years. Key performance indicators in red status was the ongoing housing delivery of the new and affordable homes that remains below target. Response times for housing and food hygiene complaints, and resident safety perception for people feeling safe in the local area, walking in the local area, and that was quite significant, with a reduction from 77% to 52% for people after dark. Key challenges continue in relation to capacity pressures in environmental health, staffing and resources, and the delivery of the new and affordable housing. In relation to fourth priority, effective and efficient council, key performance indicators measured 18 green, 3 amber, 3 red, with 1 non-reportable. And key achievements in that priority included full implementation of electronic document management systems, strengthening governance, and the data centre audit confirmed full compliance and cyber resilience. The leadership team has completed a leadership IOS training, which will reinforce safety culture. Key performance indicators in the red status continue to be freedom of information requests, complaints, and MP inquiry response times, which continue to remain below target. That also being the key challenge and requires improvement going forward. Customer feedback in relation to compliments, 7 compliments were received in Q3, which declined from 1 from last quarter and 8 from the same quarter in the last year. The main reason for the compliments is quality of service. Complaints, we received 46 complaints, which were similar to Q2, but this increased by 15 from the same quarter last year. And the main reason for complaint is action, response and communication. We've received 5 new ombudsman inquiries in Q3. In relation to corporate risk overview, of the 10 corporate risks, 2 were green status, 7 amber and 1 red status. The red status is related to health and safety, an incident resulting in death, serious injury or health and safety exec investigation. That's in relation to Q3 reporting. And in conclusion, Q3 demonstrates strong operational performance and progression on strategic programs, particularly environment and governance. However, the persistent challenge remains in housing, customer responsiveness and perception-based outcomes from the residents' survey, the annual residents' survey. These issues are largely capacity-driven or influenced by external factors requiring sustained management action. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a lot of information. Thank you for going through that. We've not had so many questions pre-submitted. I have to apologise. I was poorly last week, but I have got a couple, and I'm happy for a written response if we can't get them this evening. But I'll start with Councillor Driver because you pre-submitted, and then we'll see whether anyone else has got any after that. If that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, it was the just really the agenda item D1 312. Just really talking about possibilities of having an update on the bake-up market and when is that actually going to go to committee. And I've also had some concerns regarding the consultation on Union Street with the direction of traffic. So can we have an update on that first and foremost, please?
Yeah, so David has, we have got a response from the officer. So the response is at Bake-Up Market, the team is hoping to secure planning permission in April, after which procurement will be completed. On Union Street, a consultation has been held with retailers and their feedback has been gathered. A follow-up session is now being organised to review the designs and consider amendments to better support their requirements. And at the Bingo Wall, demolition will take a few more weeks, although good progress is being made on the interior. Once demolition is completed, an architectural survey will be undertaken, resulting in a short pause in works, with overall completion currently expected in early 2027. In relation to the bus stop, this has been moved due to scaffold and encroaching into the bus lane. It's been moved further up the street. Communications went out about the works on the bus stop early February prior to the work starting on the 9th of February. The traffic management plan that B&E boys are working to keep the new bus stop location until the completion of the works in 2027.
Can I just come back?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Claire. And basically, thanks very much about the update on the market. Obviously, it's been pushed back now. We're sort of a good 16 months now since the closure of the market, and I think people are getting concerned, and councillors are getting concerned that are dealing with the people in and around the Bake-Up area. So I would just like to say that first and foremost. With regards to consultation, of all the shops and have they all been sort of served with papers regarding the flow of traffic and how that's actually going to work, and whether or not there is actually going to be any parking there or thereabouts or whatever? Because I'm not hearing that is the case. So I just wanted to raise that point realistically. Regarding the bingo, it's great to see the scaffolding is completely up now. Today they've put the webbing around the scaffolding, which is absolutely great. I am concerned about the bus stop, obviously, because people are saying that they just don't know where the bus stop is. And if it's moved up to in front of the shops, there isn't actually a pulling spot there that has been made for, because quite often it does wait quite a few minutes, does that bus over to Burnley. So I am a bit concerned about how that's actually working. I don't think it's working particularly well at the moment from what I can see and what I can hear. So just those points, thank you. Thanks, Chair. Thank you, Claire.
Yeah, I'll take those back. I might ask as well if they can do some FAQs, and we can get them out on social media.
Yeah, that'd be really great, because I don't think we've done just enough really regarding it from the comms situation. Thank you, Claire.
Yep, Scott.
Thank you, Chair. Just if I could follow up on Bacon Market, actually. And I appreciate you might need to give me a response in writing, which is absolutely fine. When you mentioned that there has been consultation with retailers, which is obviously appropriate, does that mean that the council isn't intending to consult more widely with the public about what's happening on Union Street? I think in my experience, the more widely you consult and the more open you are about what you're planning and how long it's going to take and what it will look like when it's finished and the benefits of any particular scheme, the more chance that scheme has of landing well and being a success. So it would be useful to understand whether there's an intention. I think you mentioned some follow-up in David's response as to whether that's going to go wider to include the public as well. I'll come back after that if it's okay.
Yeah, I'll have to come back with that response. Yeah, but I've got it now.
Thank you. The other ones relate to, and you refer to it into your introduction, Claire, about the responses from the residents' survey, particularly the one that you mentioned about feeling safe after dark, which is really worrying, actually. It was one of the things that actually, when we had that for initial really good response to the resident survey, the really kind of amazing response rate, that it was really encouraging to see that people felt safe in Rossendale. There was a slight worry for me, certainly, that didn't necessarily reflect what residents were always telling me, and I think that's probably true for all of us. And these things are only ever a snapshot of opinion at any given time while this is out. So I guess in relation to all of the ones which have declined, really, because there are some which are less significant, but for example, the attractiveness of Rossendale's main town centres going down from 45% to 37.4% is a worry as well. And I guess, do you have any reflections, or was there any kind of qualitative data gathered at the same time to identify why people felt that way? Or was there anything in the data that was returned perhaps this year that may have suggested that that's why those answers have changed so significantly from one year to the next? Thank you.
I think we're still looking into we're looking into the responses in relation to the safe how safe people actually feel. So I'll get back to you on that. But we are looking. Yeah, we are looking, and there has been a lot of work done with the Community Safety Partnership. So, and they don't seem to be saying the same thing. So I know probably councillors who are in Backup, at one point there were a lot of police present at night, like when there were youths, and the kind of some of the responses are linked to